What's up, my faithful minions? This is Master Maniac, and I'm here for an episode of something new. I've decided to start a little mini-series of modded automation, and I, I want to give you guys basically my tutorials on how I automate some of the more difficult things in modded Minecraft. Today, we will be covering the Draconic fusion reactor, which is quite commonly a huge pain to automate. This tutorial assumes that you have an applied energistics setup capable of inserting all of the materials, as well as crafting quickly using molecular assemblers. It also assumes that you have all the materials necessary for Draconic evolution. Um, this particular tutorial is being done in a mod pack that has recipes changed. However, the crafting recipes that I will be showing today are not changed in this mod pack. So, I basically have here everything that can be crafted without everything that you can get from Draconic Evolution without the use of the fusion crafting. And if we look in here, I do still have some stuff left over from the previous craft. We'll go ahead and take the chaotic core out of here. So what I've basically made is an uncloggable fusion crafting system. And I'll walk you guys through how to do it in a minute, but just to prove my point, I'm going to go ahead and craft a chaotic core, which has to go through several steps, right? You need to craft the awakened core plus awakened draconium to get that. So this is basically 3 steps of fusion crafting that should go. So here is going to be some sped up footage of that working. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, 1 chaotic core. So that was easy enough. I'm going to go ahead and clear these out of there and trash them. So what do you need to make this setup? Well, the mods that are actually necessary for this is going to be applied energistics, obviously. You're going to need translocators. RF tools is nice to have, but not strictly necessary. I'm sure you could do it with vanilla redstone, and I might take a stab at doing a vanilla redstone version of this. Ender IO is definitely a must, and I believe that's it. You can use a redstone clock from, I mean, you could make a vanilla redstone clock that works just fine for this. So if we look down here, this is our brains of the operation, right? And it's actually pretty small and compact, which I'm fairly proud of myself for. But there's a little bit of intricacy. There's a little bit of filtering. I wanted to make the system so that you didn't need a filter on each individual fusion injector. So this is how I've got it. This side extracts to the injectors. The bottom on the blue channel extracts to the core, and then this chest, or no, it goes from the core down to this chest here, and once there's an item in here, it suckles everything up into this chest and then extracts down to the interface. So let's go through setting that up right quick. We're going to set some conduits here, and we're going to go ahead and filter these. You're going to be our green extract, always active. You're going to blacklist. You are going to be our brown extract, always active. you're going to whitelist. You are going to be our blue extract, always active, and you are going to be blue insert. So this chest is the one that actually completes the craft, right? Now all we should have to do is come into this one, the one that is blacklisted. We're going to need an item conduit speed downgrade, and we need to set it to round robin mode. This will ensure that it puts one item in each crafting injector. And as you can see, I'm not going to set up 9 injectors right now, but as you can see back here, you're going to want to set these up and click them with a Yeta wrench so that it makes a sort of snake pattern. You don't want it to be just crisscrossed all the way around. This ensures that the conduits follow a complete path all the way from start to finish, and that it won't visit a single injector twice whilst going along the same path. So now we bring our conduits over, and we tell these guys that they are going to insert on green. You tell this guy that he is going to insert on brown, but he is also going to be in and out. And the extract will be another color that you haven't used yet, another channel that you haven't used. So that is absolutely correct. Next, I'm actually going to go ahead and place my translocators on here, just so that they're out of the way. And we're going to want to bring this one over, and he is going to insert on the purple channel, which is extracting from the fusion core, right? So that is the gist of this part. That was actually the difficult bit. Next, we need to set up our translocators. So translocators are a very cool method of item transportation. They move unupgraded, they move one item per tick. Upgraded, they can move a stack of items every tick. And they also have the ability to respond to a redstone signal. And we're going to see that right here. So I'm putting glowstone on this. That will make this one extract at one stack of items per tick. Because remember, this is the output from that. And some crafts, such as Awakened Draconium, produce more than one item at a time. So we definitely want to have more than one item per tick able to be extracted from here. We only want one item per tick coming out of here because of the way the patterns will have to be set up, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Next, we want to put redstone on that so that when it is not receiving a redstone signal, which it is not currently, the button is out. Next, we need an inventory checker, a pair of them, a pair of inventory checkers, a sequencer pointing into the translocators, and a logic gate pointing into the sequencer. Just like this. Quick look for anybody who needs it. Then you need a bit of redstone dust on either side. And you'll notice there's a little layout here. So we want either of the sides perpendicular to the orange side, which is A and C. When A and C are powered, you want to emit a redstone signal. And on the sequencer, it doesn't matter precisely. I just like for there to be a delay. This says, hey, when you receive a redstone signal, run for this many ticks, and when it reaches a white block representing a tick, emit a redstone signal. So this will basically create a small delay, a 1-tick pulse, and then another small delay. The 1-tick pulse is important because we only want this to be inserting for 1 tick. So, that is the brains behind the operation. Here is the finicky bit. It's gonna be, let me empty out this inventory because it looks bad. It's gonna be your patterns, right? So if I pull all 3 of these out, you'll notice that two of them look nothing like Draconic fusion stuff. So if I get rid of this, we'll take our Awakened Draconium blocks, for example. You'll see that I have an item that is totally unrelated to any of the Draconic fusion crafts. That is absolutely necessary for this. This item, whenever you start a craft, will hang out in this chest. And what happens is this turns on. This turns on and this stays on. And then whenever the craft is done, the items go in here, and then this inventory checker stays on. And it does the one-tick pulse, which extracts all the items to here, which then brings them back to the interface. This is all made possible with blocking mode. You need to make sure that blocking mode is turned on. This will prevent AE from putting extra items into your input chest and causing things to happen. So all of these have that set up, and the most important bit of this is on your input. Put the crystalline pollen cluster, or whatever your dummy item is, up at the front. And absolutely make sure that you blacklist it on your green extract channel, and do not put it on your blue extract channel. Right? Or on your extract channel that goes to the fusion crafting injectors. Make sure you blacklist it so that it stays in here. The important part of it being at the beginning of this pattern is so that it always goes to the first slot of that inventory, which is what the inventory checkers from RF Tools actually look for. And then it doesn't matter on the output where you put them. So if I were to request a craft of the Draconium blocks, we can see over here, it put all the materials in, it put the pollen cluster in, which is just a dummy item. It can be anything so long as it's unrelated to Draconic. It's going. We'll see right over here, as soon as it's done, boop, all the items went in here and got sucked back into that. And to verify, we can check on the crafting status in Applied Energistics and see that nothing has failed. Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, sub down below, and recommend something else to me, some other form of difficult thing to automate, and maybe I'll take a crack at it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.